You know who came in a box, shipped from Mongolia, but originally from Canada? Hebby.
Oh, and Rand.
Oh.
Hey.
Hey, buddy.
What's going on?
Not much. Just, make an episode of And Rand.
Hey, no. Let's go with post-episode meeting.
Cool.
Alright, so what's going to occur is we're going to hold a brief meeting to talk about the show immediately after we think we've stopped recording.
Beautiful. That won't be awkward at all. So today we're going to do some random words. We have a bowl here of random words. Hebby's going to pick one. We're just going to talk about whatever word's on there, whatever comes to mind. Go ahead and grab one for us. Brass.
Brass.
What comes to mind for me is brass instruments.
Oh my gosh.
Same thing for you?
Yes.
Woohoo!
Yes.
When I was a kid, I used to play the trumpet.
Really?
Yeah. I still probably could play it if you were to give me one.
Well, here. Oh, I don't have one. Oh, there we go.
That was the Bill Cosby theme song. The Cosby Show. Anyway.
We'll talk about that later.
Okay. It's still one of my favorites. I used to play the trumpet. And the funny thing is, band was mostly focused on classical music, classical style. But they also had jazz band. And I was never particularly good at jazz band. I could play written music quite well. But when you start telling me to, improvise music...
So is that what jazz band was? I was never in a band, so I couldn't... Is that what that would be?
It had that sometimes, where the teacher was trying to teach us, okay, here are the chords that you're in, stay in that chord and play whatever you want. And I was like, I can't remember the notes in this chord well enough to play that kind of solo.
No pressure.
Yeah.
No pressure.
So I would usually be the one that would play the trumpet, and my friend Jim would, he'd be the one to take the solos, because I was a better He and I were about the same level of trumpet playing.
Right.
But I was a lot more natural talent and strict ability to read music. He was a lot more raw,
He felt that.
But he was very much, he'd be able to feel it, and he would practice a lot more than I did.
Really?
So, he kind of got up to that level. But what do you think of when you already said
yeah, same thing. Brass instruments. Unfortunately, I didn't play. The only instrument I played as a child was a recorder. And that wasn't even brass at all.
That's a legitimate instrument, though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
My favorite song to play was Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. Mm-hmm. That's actually the very first song that I learned how to play.
Yeah.
And till this day, I could probably still play that, even though I don't know none of the notes. I sucked at reading reading notes.
Yeah.
But they showed me how to do it, and I was a pro.
To this day, I can still read the treble clef really well, because it's the one the trumpet uses. Mm-hmm. I still have trouble with the bass clef. I have to count down from where I know the note is. Like, okay, there's middle C. I have to go down. Okay, that's what note that is.
So that's how you read the sheet. I never knew how to read a music sheet.
Well, people who learn both clefs, like piano players and others, they know how to read both of them. But I learned how to read music using only treble clef, so bass clef is hard for me. To this day.
Now, how do you understand it, though? Elaborate on it. Well, what's the whole counting?
You've got your time, which is most common is probably 4/4 time or 2/4 time. And that means that you have 4 quarter notes, and each quarter note is one beat. 4 quarter notes and a fourth of a note. A quarter note is one beat. It might be vice versa. And you have your whole note, half note, dotted half note, and that's how much of the measure it takes. So if a measure is 4 beats, then 4 quarter notes would make one measure, or 1 whole note, or 2 half notes, or 8 eighth notes. All these different notes that you have, and it goes up and down based on the note it wants you to play, and there are flats and sharps. And
my gosh!
Naturals
so much verbiage.
Yeah.
My mind is blown.
It's a good skill to have, though.
I may have to just YouTube this stuff and try to learn it now at this point. I think we should start a band.
Let's do it. What would you play?
I'd be honest with you, I would play the bass.
Oh, okay. I was going to say you play the recorder.
Or the recorder.
You could play... No, we couldn't probably do both at the same time. Bass or recorder, one of the two.
It's one of the two.
I could play trumpet or guitar, because I could play both.
I think we just started something.
Carmen could play the bagpipes.
Yes. Courtney can play the triangle.
That's a needed instrument.
I'll be honest with you. I think it's one of the most underrated instruments out there.
You know what I think is the most underrated instruments that I think is starting to come along in rock and roll specifically, or country and things like that. The violin. You throw a violin into a rock band,
dude,
bring the house down.
I think if you throw a violin into anything, because it's just so subtle.
Yeah. Yeah.
If that is the noise that it makes.
Yeah. You nailed it. Yeah, I liked it.
And so I think just anything, because I've seen some rap artists or so, hip hop, use violin.
Put the violin in it. Yeah.
And
makes everything better.
I would agree with that.
Thank you guys for liking and subscribing. Please let us know below what you thought of when you heard the word brass. Did you play any musical instruments? Check out our website, rampantcomedy.com. Peace. All right, that episode's over. What'd you think?
I don't know. I thought it was a pretty good show. We kept the flow going very nicely.
I liked it too, yeah. I'm with brass, actually we usually get to more than one word. It's fine that we did. Sometimes we do more than one. But I thought it was a good conversation. It flowed naturally.
It really did flow naturally. And the fact that we both had the same idea in mind.
That was crazy.
It's as if we were twins. I think Carmen and her sister, their Aurora.
And my own twin boys have come into...
It's just a lot of twinness going
stole
on
their
in this
link
area.
for a bit.
And so at that point, I think that this word was it was meant for us. It was destiny.
I agree.
Yeah, well, we got to do another show like that.
We should.
I think we'll continue that same flow.
Next time you're here,
Same chemistry. I think it'll work well.
Awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, time to take our shirts off.
Get going.
That's where I'll cut it. Nice.
Boom. Chakalaka.